maintaining your seedlings before they go outdoors. Stay tuned, that's coming up.
If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Sponsored by migardener.com, with over 450 varieties of non-GMO, heirloom, organic flowers, vegetables, and herb seeds, all for 99 cents. migardener.com.
Wisconsin. Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. So we got a question that came in through one of our social media platforms. How do you maintain the seedlings that you're growing indoors? Well, there's a couple of ways in which we do that. The health and well-being of the seedling greatly increases your chances of getting a good crop when you take it outside and plant it. If you have poor seedlings, you have poor plants. So we started with what we've started here. We've got all of our seedlings underneath the Happy Leaf LED grow lights. Compact lights. We don't have to move the lights up and down like a traditional tube light because of the intensity of light that the LEDs emit and the light spectrums. We don't have to worry about that. In addition, we don't have to worry about legginess to a large degree. So we started these onions off about a month ago in these 1-gallon grow bags from rootmaker.com. Now, what we can do with these, we started with good regular potting soil. It has a slow release fertilizer in it, a little bit of compost in it. So we're starting with a good medium to grow in. If you did a peat pellet or something of that nature that's a soilless mix, there's no nutrient value in that, and you're going to have to supplement with an organic or inorganic fertilizer at quarter of the strength to a certain degree up to the plants get ready to move outside. So with these onions here, these are ruby reds. Let's see what these are. These are yellow Spanish onions. Just pulled one out whenever I took the label out, stick that one back in there. We can leave these alone. These will be how they will look until the time that they go outside to be planted. Then we'll simply take the grow bag and tip it to the side and knock all of them out, and they all loosen up very nice. What we can do in about 2 or 3 weeks, when these get about another inch or so on them, we'll trim them back. Give them a little haircut, kind of stalky them up a little bit, give them more root development when we do that, and we're good to go on that. So a couple of things here. We've started with a good medium to grow our seeds in, slow release fertilizer in it, a little bit of compost, peat moss, perlite or vermiculite that allows the moisture to, the perlite allows the aeration of the soil, the compost and the slow release fertilizer feeds the plants, and the peat moss acts as a water retention, acts as a sponge to hold some water in there. And with these onions, we've grown them in a tray just like this, but there's not that much soil that is in the tray when we fill it completely full, and then all the roots get tangled into just a big mat and mess. So that's one way we do our seedlings. We have started loofah seeds in party cups here, and we simply have punctured holes in the bottom of the party cups, and then when we overwater, we've put it in the bottom of a water or a milk jug here. The water will seep in the bottom, and we won't flood our seedlings for our loofahs. And with the ones that have not yet germinated, we found taking a paper towel, wetting it, covering the top, helps moisture retention. Even though this is dry, the soil is still moisture. It acts as a barrier to prevent the moisture from evaporating, and then when the seeds come up, it pushes the paper towel up, and then we know to remove it. Let's look at brassicas here that are known to be legginess. That they are the most sensitive in the plants that we traditionally grow in our garden for the legginess. With a Happy Leaf, again, we are 6, 12, 15 inches above the plants. You don't have to worry about legginess because of the intensity. We've got Brussels sprouts, we've got cabbage, we've got scarlet kale here, and most of them have germinated very well. There's some weak spots here that I've filled in, but again, we are growing in Rootmaker trays that have, and you can see some roots coming out. They're not just a traditional tray. They actually have different areas and holes which air prunes the roots. And a happier or a healthier plant is a plant with good roots, and a more productive plant is one that has more fibrous roots, and that's what the Rootmaker tray allows to do. Same soil mix as we started with the onions, keeping it in a warm area next to a radiator, ambient temperature in a bedroom, 70 degrees, 68, 70 degrees. There's no issue with stress on the plants. Now, when we do take these plants to get ready to take them outside, we're going to have to harden them off. And if you're unfamiliar with that, you can look at that procedure. But it's a process of gradually acclimating them to the outdoor ambient temperature over a duration of period of approximately 7 days, from shade to full sun to overnight outdoors. One additional aspect in which you can do with these plants is set a fan on them. To stimulate the stalks and the plants, to get them to a little more strength to them. These are peppers and some eggplants and some flowers in here. And you can see we had paper towels on them up to a day ago. And the difference between how moist that is when the paper towel gets to stay on it all the time versus removing the paper towel, how the top of the soil begins to dry out. That's where you have difficulty in germination, is because the moisture is wicking away from the seed, which is necessary. The seed and the moisture is necessary for the germination process to take place. So if you have dry air in your house or in your grow area, cover these up with a paper towel, keep them moist, and you'll be fine. Same thing, we've got mint started here. We've kept the paper towel on until the mint begins to germinate. And then, side note, mint you want to grow in a container, not in the ground. It's very invasive and can overtake your area very, very quickly. So that is somewhat a little bit of how we maintain our plants here in the grow area. Good soil, moisture, warmth, good light, and you can put a fan on them every now and then. So hopefully that answers any questions you may have about how we can keep our seedlings happy and healthy up to the time we take them outside and plant them. Thanks for watching. Join me again next time for more seed starting and gardening. I'm Joy Baird, and this has been the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.